Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome back to the Crow's Nest. Welcome if you are new. We are a spiritual all of mind community, learning as we grow along our ascension journey. We're going to get into our message for what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on. Although my messages are intended to be for the collective, I do tend to pick up on the masculine collective. However, these messages are timeless, so if it finds you and it resonates with your journey, then it's intended for you. Let's have a look at some of the frequency behind today. Really loving the numbers in the date, the time that I'm recording this, December 20th. So definitely a lot of twos happening in the date. So speaking a lot about duality, finding balance between, that inner masculine and feminine, our own inner light and dark, as well as the season as well. Tomorrow is solstice. So we're looking at the longest, darkest day of the year. Like the darkest day of the year, sorry, for the longest amount of time. Holy, couldn't get that out. But then we step into the birth of the light. So as well, everything about today is just really speaking to me all about that duality, as above, so below, as well as we get a frequency of 11 with today's date. So master number, all about the master intuitive. So you might notice that your intuition is really trying to communicate to you, or you might notice that your intuition is just really strong today. As I'm saying that now too, my eyes are kind of starting to burn a little bit. It's like my eyes feel kind of hot. I'm not too sure what that means. Some numbers that you also might notice are popping up throughout your day or really standing out to you are 20, number 11, of course. And I heard 2011, I think, as in like the year, and number 38. And what I thought was interesting about 38 is I've been hearing the number 83 in two or three of my recent readings. Haven't been sure what that's about, but now I kind of see like a mirroring image. So maybe even some twin flame energy today, because we have that 11 energy. I know that there was a lot of significant energy taking place in the twin flame collective around 2011, and I'm just seeing this mirror effect between 38 and 83. So as I was asking Spirit what's going to be the message for today, I had to go and turn my music off because it was I was focusing on the drum instead of, getting the message. And I realized at that point that I was listening to the Mi'kmaq honor song. So this is speaking all about respecting Indigenous heritage and respecting and loving and caring for one another, as intended by a creator. So I thought that was really interesting. Was really feeling that energy for today. Just a matter of, in terms of helping one another. This definitely is a season where, as we are journeying through the darker season, the season outside, there's, harsh weather conditions. We need to be looking out for one another, making sure everyone's taken care of. But then we're also taking care of ourselves in a sense of like that emotional energy that we've been picking up. Because there has been a lot of that coming up in the collective in terms of emotional purging, physical healing, and a spiritual awakening. So there could even be some shadow work taking place right now. I have been getting a lot of the Tower card coming through, speaking about how you're setting yourself free, but in order to do that, we have to journey in through the darkness, into the places like what I was seeing for setting yourself free. You're this dragon and you're stuck in this tower and you're shackled with a chain, but you're able to set yourself free from that situation. So it's like you journey into these towers, these caves kind of thing, and it's just a journey. And now we're going through that process of healing through that. And speaking about that emotional energy, I was also really distracted by my toilet. It was doing that thing where the tank had to keep refilling. So I had to go and fix that, make that stop. Because again, caring for one another, caring for Mother Earth, I do not like wasting water whatsoever. So I had to stop that from keep refilling. But it was also distracting me. But I really did feel that was coming up in order to, kind of add into today's message in regards to just that emotional energy that I've been getting in my readings recently. And there was something about refilling the tank that I was hearing. And this could either be speaking in regards to the travel or the action that's been coming up in my readings with like the Chariot energy. That's been coming through a lot recently. And then there was also like the Five of Cups energy that was coming through for quite a while. But then I've also been picking up on some burnout. So just take it how it resonates. You could be experiencing all of that, or, you know, just one or the other. It also looks like my candle's going to go out as well. So this is adding into that message about you feel as though your light is being dimmed because of a recent situation. So something else to keep in mind with my readings is they do tend to be a continuation from the previous message. So you'll notice that in my readings, I often refer back to previous messages. The next thing I got was card 38 with the Earth Warriors Oracle. As I was getting the cards prepared, there was actually, other than that, I had no cards come through. It was radio silence with the cards. So we're going to get a pretty specific, clear message today, I feel like. But I did want to read the message from Pachamama because I feel it's really significant, really specific, ties into the Mi'kmaq or honor song. I wanted to say warrior song as well. So I'm getting like a lot of indigenous energy today. The warrior song, thinking about the women's warrior song. So I'll show you the card for Pachamama. So this is she with the emeraldine heart and Dean emerald heart. And you know, there's like a lot of transformational energy happening on here. Again, a lot of duality happening, a lot of moon energy. I'm also seeing phases as well, so it's like speaking to how we're going through this phase. A lot of flowers as well. It's just so many of the things that have been coming through in previous messages. So we're going to have a look at what that message is actually saying in the guidebook. And I love the numerology. I didn't look at it before, but it's on page 181 in the book. So again, 8s might be a significant number today as well. So speaking all about manifestation and abundance. So our message from Pachamama, the goddess of the earth honored by the indigenous peoples of the Andes, holds space for many different creatures to live within her field, including the beautiful, dangerous, and divine humanity. She knows that life thrives through diversity. She is able to foster life with such genius and generosity because there is no fear preventing her from holding space for new to emerge. Be open to the new and different in yourself and your life. Trust, like the Earth Mother, as an act of devotion. She is watching over you as you evolve to manifest the fullest of your sacred and original life purpose. So I feel like that basically just sums up everything that I was saying. So we'll go ahead. We're going to get into the tarot for a confirmation on this message, and then we'll get some guidance based on that message. And I'm just going to put this back in the deck in case we decide to go there. So we're going to start with the tarot. And the stone that I felt guided to place on the tarot today is the citrine. And I'm really feeling pulled to the energy of how it's increasing and amplifying energy of healing, learning, and awareness. There's just a sense of, with everything that this message is speaking to so far, I do feel that this is just part of the journey. You know, speaking about the seasons and the phases on the card, solstice happening, you know, a day from the time that I'm recording this. So there just really is a lot of that energy, the duality of, you know, journeying, you know, going on this journey to, you know, find the light, welcome in the new, and, you know, speaking about the birth of the light and, you know, springtime, feeling really like the birth of all of the things that you've been working towards to bring in that manifestation and abundance, which Pachamama even spoke about herself. So we'll go ahead and get into the tarot for some confirmation. And if you're new to my channel, my name's Crystaljoy, wounded healer and spiritual coach. So 2 cards, so 2, very powerful number today. I didn't even say it. I did see the 5 of Pentacles when I was shuffling, going through the deck. So again, just working really hard towards your abundance, your manifestations. But there's been this sense of a disconnect, a spiritual poverty, a financial poverty. This could even be speaking about like culture and tradition, because there's just so much like cultural vibe coming through in this message, and like indigenous culture. Let's get a little bit more. And there's something about the number 11 that I'm being drawn to all of a sudden. Let's see here. little bit more. Thank you. Ooh, there we go. Oh, yeah. So speaking about like refilling the tank, right? Feeling a sense of burnout. So there's been some heavy emotions, but in the reverse position, I'm feeling a sense of, this is a 9 energy. This is a completion, putting it to an end, to step forward to, like I said, the birth of the light and the new season, the birth of everything, like the fruits of your labor, basically, right? With that 8 of Pentacles. The other thing I was going to say is there was another message. That 9 energy. All about, oh gosh, where did it go? There was another message that wanted to come through, but I got disconnected from it. And then there's also the 6 of Pentacles, speaking all about this reciprocity. I'm feeling like I'm supposed to remember what that other message was just a minute ago. But I think it's also really interesting. We almost have some counting happening here with the cards as well, with that numerology. Right, this is what I was going to say, the bitter end. That's what wanted to come through. So when we look towards things like solstice, right, this is one of the coldest and darkest points of the season in the calendar year. So it's like this is, this pain that you feel that's being released and healed right now, this like sense of, poverty, whether that be emotional or financial or spiritual, this is that time of year, that season, again, not only outside of ourselves, but within inside of ourselves, where we go through this journey to make sure that we release all those things so that we can be light and free when we give birth to the light, and when all those manifestations come in. With all that bird energy happening on the card for Pachamama, there was a hummingbird right in the middle. Hummingbirds speak about the lightfulness and the playfulness of life. So there's, it's almost a sense of like, this is the bitter end of the healing that you have been going through in order to bring about that sense of rebirth within yourself. We've been talking about that spiritual rebirth in my previous messages. About to get a visitor here, and this like Kundalini awakening. And so again, there's like a sense of balance, once again, reciprocity between the masculine and feminine, stepping out of that masculine energy a little bit where it's just hustle all the time. Here's my cat speaking to independence. Hi, baby girl. Hi, do you want to come over here? Okay, we are back. So once again, speaking about independence, leaning back in towards that inner feminine, where it's more about, the feminine is, that feminine energy is really in a place of receiving, but also the feminine with the love, that the inner feminine love and compassion that's also been coming through. It creates this balance between the energies, the polarities that exist within each and every one of us. But again, speaking about, twin flames, there is a little bit about that energy happening here as well. So just really feeling a sense about, this is the bitter end of that journey that you knew you had to go on, that you consciously embarked on, so that you can just, shed some of what is no longer serving you. And then just, releasing that sense of burnout, because what I've been getting in my past messages is situations that you've been getting, that have been happening for you, that you're involved in, that have been really kind of just weighing you down, burning you out. But I've been picking up in every single one of those messages that all of that is coming to that completion. And just like thinking back to this message about refilling the tank, there's also been that travel, that action, a lot of wands energy yesterday coming through, even with that 8 of wands, once again, speaking about that manifestation and abundance, and all of those things coming in really quickly. And as I said that, it felt to me like something was kind of tickling my toes, but I wiggled my toe, there's nothing at my feet. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of guidance for today's message. I do feel like I want to get the seeds of the sacred feminine on that, because we are speaking about, balancing the masculine and feminine energies within, and leaning back in towards the inner feminine. And, with Pachamama speaking about, Earth Mother and the Mi'kmaq honor song, I think it's appropriate that we hear it from the sacred feminine herself. And I have the blue howlite on that deck today. So this is really speaking about enhancing communication, is the energy that I'm feeling from that today. And speaking about intuition, it could be like the communication with your own intuition, kind of communing and checking in with yourself, checking in with your emotions and your feelings, and communication as well. I mean, that could even be speaking about the counterparts communication. And then with also the color of the stone, I get, always when I look at my blue howlite, I feel water energy, healing, cleansing, and once again, feminine energy. So there was one other message that I wanted to say about the blue howlite, but once again, it slipped away from me. So let's go ahead and get our guidance from the seeds of the sacred feminine. I feel like today's messages are coming in more clearly. Yesterday, the message was kind of scattered feeling for me. A lot of messages coming through, but still a little bit more clarity on what's coming through. So again, speaking about communication, it could even just be, again, this like spiritual poverty. You've been feeling disconnected from your intuition, or I'm hearing even dissociation that's been coming up in my readings. So it could be that you've just been like not even listening to your intuition because you wanted to, you want things to turn out for the greatest good. There are certain things that we hold on to in life that we have to let go of. And I'm getting that energy of you just trying to create that foundation for yourself, but also not fully trusting or listening to your intuition along that journey. So the message that came out with the seeds of the sacred feminine is move your body. So I'm really loving this because, a lot of people on this card is making me pick up on that 3 of Cups energy that's been coming through. Once again, all of these situations that I've been picking up people going through, that's creating them to feel a little bit burned out and a little less independent. She's being a little needy today. So you're feeling a little bit codependent, but what I'm getting is there will be a sense of celebration in regards to those situations. Hi, baby girl. And a lot of sun energy here too, right? Speaking about birth of the light, looking forward to happiness and lightfulness and playfulness of life, like that hummingbird was speaking. So we'll go ahead and get that message from the guidebook to see what we have else to add to our message. And this is on page 54. So more of that 9 energy, more a sense of that completion. And, I do know a little bit about this message, speaking about releasing those emotions, right? Emotions and trauma being trapped inside the body. So I'm really feeling that right now. This is the bitter end. You're so close. Like this, we're so close to giving birth to the light within the season. And so that means that we will soon reconnect with that light, that inner fire within ourselves. So our message with that card: you have become too sedentary grandchild. If you have been given the gift of an able body, honor it now by using it. Remember that freedom of your movement as a child. You raced and climbed and fell with effortless joy. It is time to let your physical body move in this carefree and youthful manner. Your physical body deserves great respect. Honor it now. Walk instead of drive. Skip instead of walk. Linger in stretching pose that loosen your muscles and lubricate your joints. Inactivity can become a habit. Do not let this happen. When one part of the medicine wheel is out of balance, the others cannot thrive. Your physical body is a miracle. Revel in its wonder. If you are in pain or in suffering from an illness, your physical body can help you, but not at war with the discomfort. Listen and honor its messages, and in whatever manner you are able, move and dance and play. What relief will you feel? So also, once again, just coming out of that masculine energy a little bit more, reconnecting with that inner child, and just, that sense of that freedom and that lightfulness and that playfulness of life. So I'm really feeling like today's message was really clear on just, once again, tapping into just enjoying the lightfulness of life and just trusting in our intuition and knowing that things are coming to that completion. Tomorrow is solstice if you're watching this at the time that we're recording. And so, the birth of the light, the birth of the sun, the birth of spring, that new season is coming. And so that's going to speak about that new season within us. And as soon as I said that new season is coming, once again, thinking about those twin flames, I am feeling the need to mention again that energy that I've been picking up, not only with duality, but with the number 2 speaking about, I don't usually get timelines, but I've been picking up something that's coming in during the season of love, or the month of February, the second month of the year. So take that how it resonates, but if you want something specific to your journey, I'll leave all my information below so you can reach out and book your personal. And be sure to like, comment, let me know if this resonated, and subscribe, be notified when I post next, and I'll see you in my next reading.